Hello, Simpsons fans, and welcome back to the Simpsons official channel. For over 3.5 decades, we've welcomed some of the most famous people on the planet to Springfield. Rock stars, movie icons, literary geniuses, even a few presidents, or at least people who played them. When a celebrity agrees to be Simpsonized, they know what they're signing up for. It's a badge of honor, but it also means no punches are pulled. We've poked fun at careers, controversies, and public personas with the same loving, satirical touch we apply to everything. But it begs the question. In 36 seasons and hundreds of cameos, what was the absolute meanest we've ever been to a guest star? You might think it was John Travolta, whose career we joked was dead just weeks before Pulp Fiction made him the biggest star on Earth again. Or maybe Mark Hamill, desperately trying to escape Luke Skywalker's shadow. Nope. According to one of our legendary producers, the meanest, most ruthless joke was aimed at a television icon, a man who redefined the late-night talk show. And it all happened in one of the most classic episodes from our golden era. Today, we're diving into the story of Dick Cavett and the cameo that was surgically precise, brilliantly funny, and, well, exceptionally mean. To understand the joke, you have to go back to season 6. For many, this is the absolute peak of the show. We're talking Lisa's Rival, Treehouse of Horror 5, and of course, the 15th episode of that season, Homie the Clown. The plot is an all-timer. Krusty, deep in gambling debt to Fat Tony and the Springfield mob, opens a clown college to franchise his brand. Homer, naturally, signs up and becomes one of dozens of Krusty impersonators, leading to a classic case of mistaken identity where the mob comes after him instead of the real Krusty. The episode is packed with talent. Joe Mantegna is back as the perfectly menacing Fat Tony, and we even got NFL legend Johnny Unitas to voice himself advertising a brand of lard. But the scene we're talking about takes place at Springfield's Regional Ace Awards, the third most prestigious award show in the city. Hosting the ceremony is the venerable talk show host, Dick Cavett. And now to present the award for Outstanding Souvenir Spoon. For those who might not know, Dick Cavett wasn't your average late-night host. While Johnny Carson was the undisputed king of entertainment, Cavett was the intellectual. He hosted deep, long-form conversations with the brightest and most challenging minds in art, literature, and culture. People like Salvador Dali, Jean-Luc Godard, and Pauline Kael. He was erudite, sophisticated, and famous for his incredible stories about the icons he knew. And our writers knew exactly how to distill that entire persona into one perfect, devastating joke. After a brief monologue, Cavett finishes with this. But enough of my yakking. What do you say? I just like to say, I know Woody Allen. It's brilliant. But that was just the setup. The real takedown happens backstage. Cavett spots Homer, disguised as Krusty, and sees his chance to do what he does best, name drop. Krusty, I've got to tell you, I have some wonderful stories about other famous people that include me in some way. The real Krusty would have lapped this up, but this is Homer. he has zero time for celebrity navel-gazing. His blunt dismissal prompts Cavett to double down. "You know, your churlish attitude reminds me of a time I was having dinner with Groucho and... Look, you're a legend, but I'm tired and I'm going to go home." But Groucho said the wittiest thing. "I'm gonna get a pop." No, I'll tell you. So he says to me, "I'm gonna get a pop." So why was that the meanest? On the DVD commentary for the episode, producer and showrunner David Merkin confirmed it. David Merkin: "I think this probably is the meanest we ever were to a guest star." Merkin explained that the meanness wasn't in being loud or over the top. It was in the joke's surgical precision. The writers identified the single most defining trait of Cavett's public persona, his tendency to tell stories that always seem to loop back to him standing next to someone more famous, and they reduced his entire celebrated career to that one quirk. In just a few seconds of screen time, he's not the intellectual giant of late night. He's just a persistent name-dropper who gets shoved aside by Homer Simpson. The joke about knowing Woody Allen has also taken on a whole new, much more biting layer since the years since then, something the writers obviously couldn't have predicted, but it gives the scene an even sharper edge today. But here's the most important part of the story, and the real punchline. How did Dick Cavett react to being portrayed as a self-involved snob? According to David Merkin, he was a fantastic sport about the whole thing. He completely understood the joke and played his part to perfection. Our writers had and still have immense respect for Cavett. They revered his work. They knew he brought a sophistication and intellectual curiosity to comedy and entertainment that was rare. His long-form interviews with figures like Groucho Marx and Lucille Ball treated comedy as a serious art form. And, in a way, that's what The Simpsons has always strived to do. We hide social commentary inside slapstick. We put niche cultural references next to universal family stories. We treat comedy as an ingenious art form. So the roast of Dick Cavett wasn't just a mean joke. It was a sign of respect from one comedy institution to another. It was a joke so specific, so high concept, that only someone as smart and self-aware as Dick Cavett could truly appreciate it. It was our way of saying, we see you, we get you, and we love you enough to be this mean to your face. And he was more than happy to be a part of it. After all, it gave him a fantastic new story to tell, one about that time he was on The Simpsons. What's your favorite celebrity cameo in Simpsons history? Was it the meanest, the funniest, or the most heartwarming? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories from the archives. Thanks for watching.